This week we've been talking about how it's been a tough past month, and sometimes when things are tough, we complain, we get angry, we feel a wide variety of emotions. And I told you that I got this great little article called New Year Hope from the Exodus Desert by Clarissa Moll, sent by one of my friends. On day one, we talked about looking for manna, being thankful for God's provision. Yesterday, I encourage you to remember your Red Sea. Think about how God has been working in your life in miraculous ways. And today, I'm going to encourage you to drink from the rock. If you remember, God's people were out in the wilderness and they weren't exactly happy. Actually, in Exodus chapter 17, there was no water for them, and they began to quarrel with Moses and demanding that he give them water. And Moses says, why quarrel with me? Why do you test the Lord? But the people, they were so thirsty and they grumbled and they were complaining. And they said, basically, did you bring us out here to kill us, our children and our livestock from thirst? And so Moses cried out to God and he says, well, what should I do with these people? They're ready to stone me. And the Lord said to Moses, pass before the people, taking with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand the staff which you struck the Nile, and go, and behold, I'll stand before you there on the rock at Horeb, and you will strike the rock, and water shall come from it, and the people will drink. And so sure enough, that's what happened. And I think this story applies to us today. And that so often we complain, we grumble, but God has provided a rock for us to drink from. If you turn to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, if you look in verse 3 and 4, it recalls this same story. And it says, for they drank from the spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Christ. So often we get into situations, stressful situations, and we complain and we grumble. But could I encourage you today, turn off the news, turn off all of the negative things you might be hearing, and spend some time just focused on Christ. Drink from His Word, drink from Him. I'll see you tomorrow.